up, everybody? It's Schmitty. Another episode of Talkin Schmit. Today on the program, we got Nick Merlino. Nick is fucking newly married, and he's got a new sponsor, no longer with Foundation, and he's got some funny stories, so always good catching up with Nick. Last night, we premiered the China Banks video. Yep. Had Arco and Camden out there boozing it, Ibiseta. There was actually, and I swear to God, people won't believe it, but there was 43 people in attendance. It was a nice intimate theater down on Market.
Steve Olson was picking his nose at the friggin' skater.
Don't kill the messenger, but I heard it'll be on the Thrasher website this Friday.
Here comes the nice.
Can't thank Frank and Arco enough for contributing in the way they did. We got Tommy Guerrero, Mark Gonzalez, Pat Duffy, Dennis Buznitz, Rainey Barras, Tristan Funkhauser. I mean, the box would sell alone just on the names. But it's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud. Enough of me rambling. A little tired. Hope you enjoy the program. Thanks for the support, guys. Stay safe out there. Apparently there's a new wave of a variant, whatever. Mask up if you need to. Judge as little as you need to. And just stay healthy and try to smile and laugh as much as possible. Big love. Big love.
What up? This is Clyde Singleton from WCRP on skateboarding. Want to give a shout out to my man Schmitty at Talkin Schmit. Catch me on that joint coming soon, bitch.
Yep. Oh, one last thing. Joe Valdez. Joe Valdez was in the house last night. Made me smile. Oh, and thanks to the Sacto crew, we had Matt Pales, we had Matt Rodriguez, and we had Ewan Bowman drive down from Sacramento. And a top contender for Sodi this year, Louis Lopez in the motherfucker. Yee!
Head on down to your local shop. Ask Bloodwizard Skateboards. Or visit bloodwizard.com for all your conjuring needs.
Tickety-tack.
Hey, it's Corey at Blue Plate, 3218 Mission Street. Come see us. Meatloaf, fried chicken, deviled eggs, Dollar Olympia beers. We're here every day of the week. We got a garden and we got smiles on our faces. Come let us make you happy.
What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Merlino, and welcome to Talkin Schmit.
Holy cannoli.
It's cool, like tonight is the night.
Yeah. Big dog's in.
Do we really want to be here?
Everything's changed.
We on? Schmitty?
Talkin Schmit.
Talkin Schmit, dude!
You're gonna come out different.
Shit my pants, lad.
Your Rolodex is fucking deep.
Holy shit.
It's about the ones.
Who is this guy? Thinks he's tough shit.
What's up?
Come on, Schmitty, what the fuck?
Tell the skateboard police to come get me.
What is happening?
Let's hear it for Greg Swift. Yay!
Gregory.
Check this out. My next guest has had a very busy year. He had an interview in Thrasher magazine, a change of board sponsors, a role in the Jackass movie, and most recently got married. Always fun to chat with Nick Merlino. Here he is, kids. Nick Merlino. What's up, Nick?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm really good, man. I just had a 4th of July at the carnival for kind of a first time in my lifetime. We went to Pleasanton and just did that whole thing. Funnel cakes, ate as much crappy food as possible. It was pretty fun though.
Sounds ideal, bro.
How are you? Tell me about this wedding. Like you just got married, like probably less than a month ago, right?
Yeah, it was on May 20th.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how was the honeymoon? Where'd you guys go?
So we went to Maui in Hawaii, and
Always a favorite.
never been to Hawaii, period. So it was amazing.
Oh, no way. How have you never been to Hawaii? Wow.
Dude, I don't know. I was asking myself the same question once I got there. I was like, how come I've never been to this place? But
Wow.
man, it was unreal. It was like, I didn't want to leave.
I know. The water's killer. The weather's killer. The food's killer. Everything's good.
It seems like the waves always break good there too.
Do you surf?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, brother.
I got married coming up on a year ago. It was August 16th.
No way.
Yeah. So
congratulations to you too.
yeah, it's been good, dude. It's been helping me through the pandemic and all the weirdness that's been going on in the world. Like having that solid person next to you is very, very key.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, did you have to get a divorce? Did you get married on King of the Road?
Nah.
You did? No.
I wasn't one of those dudes, so no, I didn't have to get a divorce.
I read your profile. It reads pro skater, actor, stuntman.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Is that because of Jackass?
Pretty much, yeah.
Did you do some stunts?
So have you seen the new movie yet or no?
I did. Yeah, I did see it.
Okay. So most of the stuff that I did was just like stunts, I guess you could say, where it was like, either skating or something that was like involved, like, like hurting yourself, like in some sort of way, So I like to call that like a stunt. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
What was the gnarliest thing you had to do?
The gnarliest thing I had to do. So there was a bunch of stuff that like we shot that they didn't use, but it actually, a lot of it came out in the 4.5. But I'd say the gnarliest thing I had to do was trying to think. Mostly all of it was kind of fun. I would say like for me, the gnarliest thing would be like when I got naked around all those dudes. And like, there was this one scene where like, they were like two dudes were like, everyone was butt naked, but they were like huddled up, like in like this weird, like the one dude was like grabbing the other dude's legs and they were rolling down. And I was like behind them doing a cartwheel, just butt naked. That's probably the gnarliest thing I had to do, just because I'm not really used to getting naked around a bunch of other dudes. So
right. Did it feel like similar vibes to King of the Road, or was it a higher level or a lower level, or like what was it like with that?
It was pretty close to that. Yeah, I'd compare it to that for sure.
Okay.
A little gnarlier though, actually. There was like, we weren't really like, with King of the Road, it was more so just like you didn't really know what you were in for, but it was also like not like as like, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was like skateboarding is pretty death defying. Like you can really hurt yourself with all the stunts we had to do. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much the same, because there was on King of the Road, you obviously have to do stuff that doesn't involve skating. It's like, hey, go check into this hotel butt naked, wearing nothing but stickers. And so I guess, I mean, it was pretty much the same. Yeah.
Did they take care of you? Was it like kind of like a little higher level living, like being on a set and stuff, or is it just similar to normal life?
Oh, it was cool. Yeah, they hooked us up really good. Like, we were treated like royalty pretty much when we were on set, and everybody was cool. So
who's the coolest dude to hang with that crew? Like you got what? Johnny Knoxville, Dave England, Pontius, like,
funny that you said Dave for the second dude. They're all pretty much cool to me. Like I liked everybody that I was on set with. Like nobody gave me weird vibes, or they were all really cool. But I think the coolest was probably Dave England.
I love him. Yeah,
he's really cool.
Yeah, he's sick. He lives down in Ohio, and we spent some time in his yard. He's got the zip line and hikes and everything. Those guys are fun, man. I like those guys a lot.
Yeah, he invited me over for one of his birthdays, and his birthday's like I think it's like, I don't know if it's on New Year's or if it's like a day before New Year's but I went to his house and he's just super cool. Yeah, he has a zip line in his backyard and like just like ramps everywhere, I think, or I can't really remember everything, but yeah, I know he has a zip line and he's just a really cool dude.
Right. Do you drink coffee?
I do.
What's your coffee regimen? Do you drink a lot of it, or are you just one cup a day, or?
I try to like, I've mellowed out a lot because I was drinking like a lot of coffee every day. And then, I think it mellowed out over time. I usually drink like a cup or two a day, and I like one of them hot in the morning. And then like midday, I'll drink an iced coffee.
Yeah. Right around 2 or 3 o'clock, I get the fucking like
I need that second wind.
Yeah, I was drinking a lot more than that though, man. I was drinking like 4 cups in the morning, and then like it gave me like jitters, you know. So I was like, I got to chill out on this, man. This isn't the way to go.
It'll definitely kick some anxiety. Were you born Nicholas or Nick?
Nicholas is on my birth certificate.
Okay. What are some of your favorite nicknames?
Nicky, Flex. I'm trying to think. Mike used to call me the germ.
What's one you've hated? What's one of the worst ones?
Probably the germ. I mean, every time I would get around Mike, for some reason, I feel like I was either like, I don't know if I was like allergic to him, but like I would always be super sneezing. Like every time I would be around him, I would sneeze a lot. So he would always call me the germ because like I would be sneezing around him and like.
Yeah. Man, I can't even imagine COVID situation. You were born in Jersey?
I was born in Philly, and I lived there till I was like, I think 5 years old. And then we moved to New Jersey, like I guess when I was 5, and I lived there like my whole life.
Okay. What kind of Jersey influences do you hold on to? What are some of the things that you like, you know, that you've taken from Jersey, like some of the skaters or foods or whatever?
So skating wise, I would probably say like iShod. He's from New Jersey, and that dude's the best. He's my favorite skateboarder. And then I don't know, I guess cooking, you could say. Like I always like growing up, like my dad was always a beast at cooking. So I just kind of like, you know, I was just always telling him when I was younger, I was like, yo, man, you got to teach me how to do this so that like when you leave the planet one day, I'll know how to do this, you know, because I used to love the way he used to cook. I still do. Like he's still a great cook. And probably cooking. Yeah, I love the food in New Jersey. You can't really get like I don't know. Me personally, I don't really think there's that many good sandwich places. Like Jersey Mike's is like the only place you can go where like it's like a half decent sub or a cheesesteak out here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the food I miss a lot.
You got the tattoo, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Was that your first tattoo?
No. You know what? It's funny. My first tattoo was this one, and I got it at Tampa.
Was it say reason for living, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You got that at Tampa, like off Schaefer or somebody, or? So
they give out free tattoos at Tampa's a lot. And the one year I went, I think this was like probably like in 2008 or something, they were giving them out. And I was just like, dude, hook it up. But they had like a certain amount that you could get were free. They had like the Tampa logo. Then they had this. And I was just like, can I just put like because they had a ribbon going across it, but it was blank. And I was like, can I, fill that in, with what I wanted in there? And they were like, yeah. And I think I tipped the dude like $50 or something, but he did it for me and I was stoked on it. This is my first one. Yeah.
Oh, sick. How old were you?
Oh man. I think I was like 20. Man, this must have been actually, you know what? I think I was like 22 or maybe 21, somewhere in there in that age bracket, anywhere from like 20 to 23, I think. That's when I got my first one.
Were you into the Jersey Shore show with Situation and Snooki and all that, or were you anti?
Oh, I watched it every day before I went to bed.
Did you really?
No. Why does everybody always ask me that? It's such a
I mean, it was such a phenomenon. It represented your area. So I was wondering how you felt about it. I mean, like, obviously we have things from our area that we're not stoked on, but things that we take a lot of pride in. So I just never know what. No,
I feel you. I'm just messing with you.
Somebody out there had their shirts off going like this.
I hope I never came off to anybody like that.
Well, how does it all start for you? You get a skateboard at a young age? Like, do you get a Christmas present or like, how do you gravitate towards skating?
So this is the story I usually tell when people ask me this question. But so when I think I was in like 5th or 6th grade. This is when I really started getting into skating. I lived in Hamilton, New Jersey, and there was this kid that lived behind my house. Like he was like on the next street over, but from my backyard, I could see this kid skating in front of his house. And remember one day I just walked over to like walked around the street and walked over there, and I kind of started talking to him, and he was skating, and he had like a bunch of old decks in his room and like old parts from just like taking them apart and gutting them and putting new stuff on. And remember, I started talking to him and I thought it looked sick. Like I was, I saw this kid skating almost every single day, and I finally walked over there and talked to him, and he built me a board from just like all these scrap parts that he had. And I just started riding it everywhere. And then I remember I started to really get into it from hanging out with this kid. And then for my birthday, I got a World Industries Complete, which was like my first like good setup that was, brand new. That was like my first real setup. I think I had like a Nash when I was a kid or something when I was younger. Like, cause I got my first ever skateboard, I think when I was 8 years old, and that was like a Nash or something. But when I really got into it was when I was in like 5th or 6th grade when I met this kid, because it was just more of like a fad to me back then or something. You know what I mean? When I was really young, like I didn't like know I even really liked it. I probably just rode it around my block or something, maybe once or twice.
Right.
But yeah, and it was cool. I got my first board. It was a picture. It was like the graphic I remember was a picture of Flame Boy flicking you off, and I thought it was just badass. I was like, "Whoa, this is sick!" And then that was my first one.
Oh, okay. Who were some of your earliest like the notables? Did you see videos or magazines that like introduced you to pros or different people that ripped that you admired?
Absolutely. So that same kid that gave me that board, he was like, everybody was super into Zero, like when it was that time era for me. So Jamie Thomas was like our biggest influence. I remember like he was the dude that was killing it at the time. I forgot what part it was that I saw from him. Maybe was it Welcome to Hell? I can't even remember which part it was, but I remember it was just super iconic. And he was like the dude that was like the gnarliest at the time. So that was like our dude that we were like, everyone looked up to him.
Okay. Fuck yeah. And then what was your first sponsor? How did you get, was it a shop or was it a wheels, or what'd you get for first free shit?
My first sponsor ever was Ninja Bearings, actually.
How did that come about?
From a shop sponsor that I had called Inertia, and they were out of Absecon, New Jersey. And it was dope, man. I remember
they sent them to you in the mail. You get a little box of bearings.
Yeah. Super hyped, man. It was cool. But they had these really cool trade shows, like where I grew up in Atlantic City. I forgot what they were called. Maybe they were called like ASR or something. Like, because I remember they were surf and skating conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Dope, man. I got hooked up with some friends that like helped me put little sponsor me tapes together, and I would just walk around with this little handheld DVD player, bugging the crap out of every company, just like sponsor me, like I want to ride for you guys. Like, and I was just relentless little shit who like wouldn't take no for an answer.
What were you gravitating towards, like mostly as you were progressing? Like, were you trying to learn all the different flip tricks? Were you trying to go big? Like, what was your mentality with skateboarding? Were you skating transitions? Like, what was kind of most of your skating as you're early progressing?
So I liked jumping down stuff, and I couldn't really do that right away. That's something that you kind of have to like build up over time, and kind of have to learn the basics before you can do stuff like that. But I knew that I wanted to be that kind of skater. I knew I wanted to, like, when I saw dudes like do kink rails and like just any kind of handrail or jumping downstairs, that blew me away when I was a kid. And I knew that's what I was into,
So did you pick up a flat bar or something that you could learn how to like stay on and grind and do different things? Or what was your training ground?
Yeah. So, it was cool. There was this kid that lived in our hometown, and he had this like cement lot where he like built all kinds of different stuff. I think he had like flat bank ramps on each side, but in the middle were like boxes, rails, and just like, I think like a bump over a trash can. It was sick, man. So that was like a really cool little area where we could go and just like practice and train or do whatever, just chill, have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a certain technique that you learned early on to like lock in or something that like maybe it's bigger wheels or certain shape wheels or notches in your truck or balance, or was there something that kind of clicked where you're like, oh, I got confidence to take this to a bigger than normal situation?
Not really. Not for me. I feel like it was just with time and practice, you learn how to do things like, you learn how to lock heel side rather than toe side or like whatever. And I think it was just something that was like more like trial and error for me. You had to just give it time and just figure it out. Like just play tricks and kind of see where you're at with it,
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your first board sponsor?
My first board sponsor was, I got hooked up with Dwindle Distribution when I was like, I want to say I was like 16 or 17. And they wanted to give me, I think they wanted to give me world boards, and I really wanted to ride Enjoy boards because Dwindle was, I think at the time it was Dark Star, World Industries, Enjoy, and then maybe it was almost, I don't know, but either way, I wanted to ride for Enjoy, and I got hooked up with Enjoy Flow, I think, for like a little while through Dwindle Distribution.
Oh,
yeah.
Was Jerry still on or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was after that.
You know what? He was on. I'm sorry. He was on. So it was Jerry, Sue. It was pretty much all the OG crew. Yeah.
Okay. And then from that, what did you get, like a real, like that was just flow, and then you get like your first, like, I'm part of this?
Yeah. So I went to Tampa as an Enjoy Flow rider, and then after that, I think I rode for Black Label, and they were like super hyped on me. They wanted to they wanted to put me fully on the team. And then right around the same time, I think I was in Canada or something, and somebody had shown my Sponsor Me tape. I think, it was David Loy had showed my Sponsor Me tape to Andrew Reynolds.
Shout out.
And I got a call to ride for Baker. So I quit Black Label and rode for Baker Flow.
Okay.
But he was super hyped on me, and they took me on a trip to Australia. And I think that there was like talks of them putting me on, or he wanted to put me on. That didn't work out. And then I got hit up by Foundation. It's kind of like,
what happened on the Australia trip? Was there something, did you guys not mesh with somebody, or like what happened? Did that kind of make or break Baker for you going on that trip?
I think so, probably. I think, I didn't really get along with Braden too much. And then, I take full responsibility. I think it was more so just me being like a crazy kid who like
too much partying, everybody.
Probably just, something like that. Or like, I haven't drank in 4 years now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Nice. It's been like 6 for me. I'm like on this same path, just staying.
Sweet.
Yeah, I feel way better, dude.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's so good being sober, man. I love it. Like, you can do stuff so much better.
I just love waking up without a hangover.
Me too. And I love with more money in my account,
Yeah.
I'd be broke, man, when I'd be drinking. It was crazy how money would disappear on me. I would just be like, dude, where'd all my money go? And when I realized, like, damn, I spent a lot of money drinking yesterday, or like just being stupid after I was done being drunk. Like, something,
I don't know if you still are, but you were into gambling a lot too, right?
Yeah, I was.
So like drinking and gambling was together. It's like, that's either a good, like, yes, or a fuck. I fucking hit the horse races yesterday and won $12 on $2, and I got that feeling. I was like, oh, let's go.
Winner, chicken dinner, right?
Winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, sheen dinner.
Yeah, dude.
I was always more into poker though. Like, I guess it did get kind of bad at one point, but I've never been like a gambler where I was like betting on slots or just betting on everything. Like, there's gamblers who will bet on anything and everything they can get their chances to bet on, But I always just liked to play Hold'em, and that was my thing. And
Texas Hold'em?
That's all I ever played.
Dude, I love fucking the dice one craps. If I'm near a craps table, like, just give me a certain amount of money, that is okay for me to lose, but don't give me more if I lose it and ask for more. Like that's my rule. So if I'm like, okay, I got $100 for tonight, that if I lose $100, I still had fun and I can wake up tomorrow stoked. Cool. But if I lose the 100 and I come at you with those eyes and like, let's use the ATM card, it's like, fuck no, let's go eat or go to the room. Like,
yeah, you got it.
It's gnarly, man. I fucking love that shit. Like it's a vibe. Like if you're on a roll, it's hard to get out.
The best game in the house too.
Yeah, and it's a party. Like it's social. Like you got sometimes up to like 10 people at the table, and you're winning off other people, and other people are winning off you. So there's this bond. It's really cool, but it can get dangerous.
As gambling does, bro.
Hello, my friend.
Have you ever been to jail?
I have for like just overnighters. You know, nothing like. Never did any time or anything.
Okay.
Locked up for just like being drunk, you know.
Same. Yeah. Like fucking drunk take shit. Yeah. So you like when you came back from Australia, are you kind of instantly to foundation, or is there a gap where there's nothing going on for a while, or how did that go?
There was a little gap. I think, so I was like, looking for boards, and I was at a Damn Am contest in Costa Mesa, and I think it was maybe like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months of, you know, nothing. And then Mike hit me up at the Damn Am contest and asked me if I would want to ride for foundation, and I was down. You know, I wasn't getting boards from anyone else. So
were you familiar with the team?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Were you friends with any of those guys yet, or not till you got on?
I wasn't friends with any of them until I got on. Or you know what? It's really cool because Corey Duffel actually called me to ride for them too.
What the fuck have you done?
I can't remember if that was before or after Mike had approached me at the Damn Am, but I was down either way. Like I knew who Corey Duffel was, obviously. He's my good friend now too, obviously. And
Corey's the homie.
Dude, I love Corey. He's the best.
Yeah, baby.
Dude, yeah, he hit me up and he was just like, yeah, man, like, I don't know what happened with you and Baker. He's like, personally, I don't really give a fuck, but for foundation. And I was just stoked on that. I was like, heck yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Brad, would you say, like, especially nowadays, if somebody wants to get sponsored or something, is the contest the way, or is it get out there and bust and put together a fine, or is it just be a fucking celebrity on Instagram? Like, what is the way to do it nowadays?
They're skating?
Yeah, like if I'm a kid that I think I'm really good, how do I, and I want, let's say I'm targeting Real or whoever, like what's my path? Do I got to go win some contests, or do I got to get hella followers on Instagram, or do I got to put together the ultimate video package?
I think it's a little bit of everything, to be honest. Like Instagram, it's crazy what people are putting out on Instagram these days.
Insane.
It's so crazy. It's insane because I see stuff daily where like, I'm like, holy crap. Like this could be my ender for my next 10 parts.
Yeah.
And it's like, dudes are just putting that straight to Instagram. You know what I mean? But I think like in turn, that's what's helping a lot of guys a lot too. You know what I mean? Like the whole world is able to see that right there at that moment. You know what I mean? So I think that's good. It's bad and good because it's helping people get exposure to a point where it's like, holy crap. You know what I mean? But, and then like, yeah, like, you know, entering contests is always good. If you're a good contest skater and people can see that, and if you're posting that on Instagram, it's going to help you a lot. You know, I think that's what it's down to these days. It's like contest skating and Instagram posts. Like,
it seems like there's at least one subdivision of just like influencer skaters that like, there's these new skaters that like maybe aren't the most talented, but for some reason they're really cool. They got tons of followers and they're getting like photos, just kind of portrait style and lifestyle photos. They're not horrible on a skateboard, but you know, comparatively to other people, and you see this and you're like, is this the trend or is this just a trend?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that's the power of social media. You know, I've seen dudes that were like, they have like 500K following, and I'll look through their pages or whatever, and it's like,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like a kickflip over up a curb or something. And you're just like, damn, like this guy's killing it right now, though. You know what I mean? And it's like back in the day, I felt like that's how it was. It's like if you were the gnarliest dude, you were getting the gnarliest paychecks and the gnarliest coverage. And like, it's really kind of like, it's changed a lot. Social media has changed a lot of things, you know?
Absolutely.
You don't get the gnarliest skateboarder anymore to like be getting the best deals or like to be getting hundreds of thousands of followers. Like it's crazy, you know?
What's the last contest you skated in?
It's a good question.
It's been a minute, right?
It's been so long.
Did you ever skate in any of the street league qualifiers or any of that stuff?
I've never done a street league or the qualifiers, nothing. No.
Dew Tour.
You know what? I think the last one I did was probably the Long Beach Stop Dew Tour where they came to Long Beach.
Did you skate in those ones where they would take the street over? Like they had one in SF. I'm pretty sure you skate in it, right?
I did. They have like the downhill ones. And
those
like,
ones are kind of sick. I was stoked on those.
I'm just like such a little bitch when it comes to like, I mean, like I love to bomb hills, but like when you're putting a street course in downhill, it's kind of like, dude, it's not.
Yeah, Scheckler went off on that one.
Like I like had to like power slide and just like, I don't know, man, you're hucking down that shit. You know?
Yeah.
Where you're looking ass, bro, down these friggin' hills, like trying to hit a 12 stair handrail. And you're just like, I was like overshooting these rails or like, cause you're going so fast. I don't even understand how dudes were killing it so hard. I had to like pace myself so hard when I was skating those kinds of contests. It's not what I was used to, but they're cool. They're so sick. Like I couldn't believe what dudes were able to accomplish on those courses. Like it was insane. You know what I mean? Flying
off a ramp up onto those fucking containers and then down a railing, then you're on a hill. So you're like momentum is just going faster and faster.
Dude, you're just cooking down these courses. Like it was insane.
I really like that one. And they picked the street. I think it's Harrison. I always mix it up, but it's the one that like you just look down the street and there's the Bay Bridge. So it's super picturesque. It was cool.
Super scenic street right there.
What was your first foundation trip? Do you remember? Like
and
tour or something?
You know, I don't remember the first foundation trip, but I do remember the most memorable one was probably the Thanksgiving tour we went on.
Where'd you go?
I think it was like, I'm pretty sure it was like Florida. And then like, we were in like Tallahassee. I just love down south because it's like, I like the food down there. The food is dope.
What do you go with? You like the Cracker Barrel or what?
That's what it was. We were in like, I'm pretty sure we were in like North and South Carolina, Florida, and then one other state. I can't remember, but man, that was such a fun trip. Like we were just like, the food is awesome. Everybody was rad. We had good spots, good people, just a solid crew. Like it was just fun being out there with your friends, you know?
It's funny you say that because I asked Corey Duffel a question, like to send me a question for you. And
cool.
He said to ask you about a time where you ate some hot wings in North Carolina.
Yeah.
What happened?
I'll never forget those hot wings ever. So like, I love hot wings.
I really like tacos.
I love me some Neil Blender, man.
You know, and I love spicy food, and they were kind of like, you know, like they took me to this place in South Carolina where they were known for like the hottest of the hottest hot wings in like the world almost. And they had like, I think it was like 10 different peppers that they like grind in like this grinder. And then like, you know, they bread it with these peppers, and then they drench it with like ghost pepper sauce and like all these different hot sauces. And like the guys in there were like, yeah, if you can eat 5 of them, like buy you beers for the rest of the night. And like my little punk ass at the time was like, I'll raise your 5. Like, let's make it 10 or something. Dude. And like, I think I got to like 4 or something, or like 3 or 4. And it was crazy, bro. Like I was sweating. Like I was like pale white. Like I was like ghost white. You touch these wings, you can't touch anything else on your body, or else you're like burning in that area. Like, I remember one of the vivid memories I had from eating these hot wings where I was like, holy shit, like I got to go wash my face. And like, I went to like take a piss, and I think like I knew that like I shouldn't be touching down there, but I think I like nicked like the side of my wiener with like a little bit of this, like with my hand or something. And dude, the whole rest of the night, my junk was just burning up, and like it didn't go away for like a day. And like, I got the shits for like 3 days.
My shit's taken care of.
Like, I remember like Dan Murphy, he was writing for Foundation at the time. He was like pro for Foundation at this time. And like, I like got drunk that night because it was St. Patrick's Day or something like that. So I went out that night and I drank to like take the pain away and just got drunk. And like, I guess like apparently that night, I still don't remember this to this day, but I woke up the next day and like my pants, like my jeans had like shit on it. And I was like, dude, what the fuck is all this? Like, what happened to me? And he was just like, dude, you woke up out of your sleep last night and was shitting on things. Like, you were like shitting, like you grabbed a towel from the bathroom and you were wiping your ass with it. Like, I don't remember any of this, but then like I get into the bathroom and there's this shit towel that like, I don't know. Like, I guess I wiped my ass with it because like I didn't even know I was doing this. I was drunk, you know what I mean, at the time. But
right,
swings were so hot that like it gave me like diarrhea, or like I didn't even know what was going on. You know, I just knew that like my stomach, it messed me up for like 3 days, bro. It was so bad.
Fuck.
Yeah, never again.
Like the oops poops where you think you're gonna fart and you just fucking shart your.
Absolutely.
Bad.
These wings, I'll never eat those hot wings again. I like spicy food, but that was way too spicy. Like,
yeah,
not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Talking about spicy, let's talk about that switch heel at Wallenberg.
Oh, snap. That's going way back.
Yeah, man. It kind of, people sleep on that. That's fucking gnarly.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. What was that whole day like? Talk to me about that experience.
That was one of the pinnacle moments in my life.
Really?
I think so. I mean, it's one of the best days of my life. Like, that was one of the Thrasher always puts on a show, which is sick. You know what I mean? Like, they always have like, to me, in my opinion, the cream of the crop contests. You know, it's jam session style, the style of contest that I like. You got everybody there watching. It's iconic. You know what I mean? Every iconic skateboarder is there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some. And it's like feeding off of energy like that. You know what I mean?
The turbulence of like, wow.
Do you head towards it? This is Buster Bale we're talking about. Do you head towards it like fired up, like I want to get some? Or are you nervous? Are you thinking about all the different elements, like skating with like basically a path of people? Like this isn't your average, like I'm gonna go to fucking El Toro and do this with a filmer. This is like I got like 250 people maybe around, and Felper going ballistic, like the whole thing. Like what's your mindset during it?
So a little bit of everything that you said, you know, like I feel like you're always a little nervous, but for the most part, you're there to get some, you know what I mean? Like, you know what you're there for, you know what I mean? You know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
You're just there to try to get it. Like, every time I've ever went to one of those contests, you know, my mind is thinking like, oh shit, like it's about to go off right now, you know, like shit's about to go down. And it's on every time they have one of those contests, it's at a gnarly spot. You know what I mean? It's at the spots that they pick are the spots they pick because they're gnarly.
Yeah.
It's not like picking like an 8-stair handrail or something that's like you can kind of get away from. It's spots where it's like make or break. You know what I mean? It's like you got to know that like you're there to try to get your trick, but also kind of like you're putting your life on the line a little bit, where you're just like, oh shit, like you don't know what's going to happen, but you hope for the best, you know what I mean? And just go for it, I guess you could say.
Do you remember the first trick that got landed that day?
At Wallenberg? I want to say it was like, oh man, wasn't it like the twins, like both ollieing it together or something? I don't even remember who was the first trick. The first flip trick was probably, I want to say it was like Chris Cole, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe a heel flip. Lindsey Robertson heel flipped it really good.
Chris Cole back 360, right?
Back 360, switch frontside flip. And
So I think it went like this. Chris Cole backside 360, hit his head.
Okay.
And everyone, because everyone was like, Chris Cole's going to back 360 it. Like, that was like what, I mean, Mike Moe was claiming nollie and all he did was play basketball. But Chris Cole, like, goes backside 360, fucking hits his head. And we're like, oh no. And then next time, boom, bolts. And it was like, I mean, if you look at, I always say this because fucking Maze, all these people gave me shit. If you watch the clip from Longlands, you just see me going, I'm like a kid in a candy shop, losing my shit, like happiest dude ever, geeking out. But from that moment, it was like, it's on. We got a fucking banger. Now the contest is a success. And then everybody just started putting, I mean, there was a lot of shit went down.
That's all it takes, man. One dude will set it off. Like, from my experience, when I've been to those contests, that's all it takes. Like, one dude will do something where it's like, they're like, everyone's just in their mind, like, oh shit, like I got to get this now, you know? And that's what's sick about those contests. That's why I was saying earlier, like, you feed off of people's energy at those contests where it's like, a dude will do something sick and you're just like, oh man, like I got to get this now. Like I got to do this, you know?
Well, did you go there with the switch heel in mind, or did it kind of come up as you were there?
I think I went there a day before, and I went on that little 3, because you know how you could skate the 3?
Yeah.
You could ride on the side. I think I switch heeled that like 100 times or something.
Oh, okay.
Times, and just like kind of got ready for the 4, you know, because I didn't have enough speed until that ramp got there.
Right.
They had the fence up where it's like you had to like curve in super weird or something, you know what I mean? Where it's like you couldn't really hit the 4 unless you had a ramp.
Right, exactly. They put that fucking curb up. But had you ever switch heeled anything comparable to that?
You know, I tried to switch heel the Love Gap, and I like stuck one or something. I like smacked my head really hard trying to switch heel the Love Gap, but that's probably the only thing I've ever done that was as long as Wallenberg. I don't even know what's longer, to be honest. I think they're probably almost the same length. Love Gap and Wallenberg were pretty darn close. Yeah.
Okay. Is Wallenberg taller, or are they about the same height?
They're about the same almost in everything, like height-wise, length-wise. They're pretty darn similar.
We got to get Boozenitz to go out there and measure them, because he likes to measure the spots. We need we need the fucking Wikipedia.
Get Boozenitz over there. I want to say Love Gap is probably a little taller, but it's smoother. You know what I mean? Like Wallenberg the ground is a little rougher there. You know what I mean? Still a good spot. It's just different asphalts. Like Love Gap is made out of like granite marble, and dang it, Boozenitz, you're not going to be able to measure it anymore.
It's gone. Damn. Talk about the King of the Road experiences. That you definitely weren't afraid. Like, you went in there and did a lot of shit for the team and stuff. Like, did you really enjoy that? Or what was your take on that stuff?
Best times of my life, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Like, obviously there's stuff that you had to do on that you're not really too psyched on, but at the end of the day, like, it made us all laugh. It's funny. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I got a lot of joy out of being on those Kings of the Roads that I was on.
Who was someone in the van that was like, you got 100% behind that guy? Like, fuck, once you saw how they were on King of the Road, maybe you already respected him, but like your respect grew. Like, this dude's rad.
Cole Wilson.
Cole, huh?
Yeah, he's super gnarly, man. And then just seeing him, like, as far as his skating goes, man, he was like probably the gnarliest rail skater I've ever seen in my life. But then, like, just seeing how down he was on King of the Road made it even that much gnarlier. I was like, wow, man, this guy's sick. You know?
Remember when we went to Cardiel Rail in San Francisco?
Yeah, I do.
Cole Webb. Webb for it,
dude. He handled it like a champ. Like when he sacked that rail, bro, he had he cherried his ball sack. I'm pretty sure we're like, he had like cut his ball sack pretty much, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just did it, bro. Like, I don't know. A lot of dudes would probably not even skate the rest of the trip. He was just, whatever he could do, he was trying to do it, you know?
For sure.
All the guys that are on Foundation, they're on Foundation for a reason. You know what I mean? It's not because they're slackers or they're not hard skaters. You know what I mean? They skate the hardest.
Yeah, it's kind of the working man's team, right? Like Dakota, all those dudes. I love just when you guys come to town, I always try to hang out. It was great.
Absolutely.
And then what's like, how did you and Andy Roy become friends? It seems like such a interesting duo.
Okay.
Check. And now, another first impression with Andy fucking Roy.
Nick Merlino, dude. Foundation. When I first ran into Nick was when we were Thrasher and Viceland were doing King of the Road, and Foundation obviously was one of the teams, and fucking Nick Merlino was on the team, and dude, he was cool, man. Like I liked him. He was rad, and I remember like Sinclair, you know, the jokester that he is. They like came up with like, you know, all the crazy shit you gotta do in that book, you know, but they had made up challenges that weren't even in the book, and then they zeroed in on Nick to do it, and Nick's like, I gotta fucking do it, you know, and like eat the bug, I don't know, like fucking catch a fly and fucking eat the bug, and like they just had him do all like the fucked up shit, but he did it, you know what I mean? He fucking was down for it. It was for the fucking team. It was for the points. It was for what you do in King of the Road. You do whatever it takes to win. And like how down he was, like, fuck, I'll do it. And then to go off and do a skating, like I took off with those dudes, like to check on them, like, and watch them skate. We were in Sacramento at like I think it's Power Inn, one of those bigger skate parks with that full pipe thing. And they had to do a challenge where you had to do like and you know, he's like a street skater, but like, it was like you had to do like an invert and like hold him up, and he just did like this flapper Andreck there holding him, and he'd just fucking eat shit. He was just sick, dude. Like he's a fucking rad skateboarder, and like he was just down. Like what I liked was like how down he was for like whatever it was, skating. I'll fucking eat. I'll get in a diaper and bomb down this hill. Like he was just down for the cause, you know, and like. That you know me, dude. Like I'm down for like the chaos and like whatever it takes, dude, to fucking win. And like fucking he didn't hesitate. You know, he might bitch a little bit, but like I'll do it. You know, and like I had him on my podcast back in the day, and I think he might even been like my first guy on my podcast. But like he was down. Like I got you, Andy. And like he's just a fucking rad fucking human. You know what I mean? I just liked him. He's pretty sick, man. It's cool. Yeah. And then the one thing about Nick too, dude, like he was like a partier guy, dude. And it was like, it's cool to see him like clean up and fucking stop doing partying and drinking. And like, he just want like, I remember talking to him. He was just like, dude, I just want to skateboard, you know, like fuck all the other bullshit. So I thought that was cool, you know, like cleaning it up and just go get the fucking busy on the skateboard. So that was rad.
I think spending time together, and I think that he liked that I was a little guy, kind of like him, and he's like, yeah, like you kill it, like, he's rad, man. He's just psyched on skating, and I love that. You know what I mean?
Have you guys talked at all about sobriety at all?
You know, we have a little bit, yeah.
Have you gone on any of these little trips he takes and stuff with some of his crew?
You know, I haven't done a trip with him, but I did a podcast with him too on his podcast.
Y'all gonna get this podcast.
And we talked about sobriety. Yeah, man, it's the best thing ever. Like, you know, when people are getting sober and they're trying to change their lives, it's a great thing always, you know, and we've seen the results of that, you know what I mean? Which is cool.
It is cool. I mean, I always say no regrets. Like it's just from here forward. You know what I mean? Like I did what I did, and I don't look back at it any differently. I just look at the future and say I had to switch gears to keep it going. Like I got to a point where like the older you get, shit happens, and
yeah,
you know, so switch it up, and also just variety.
You learn, brother, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to preach, and I don't want to like tell people how to like whatever, like do your thing. Like I did my thing, I'm doing my thing, and do yours. Like that's it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's cool. Andy's rad, dude. I've known him for a long time, and I'm so proud of him because, I mean, much like Fred Gall too, some of these guys are like, they were like full on partiers that you were like, they're just going to party till they die. And like to see that they could pull it off, you just are like, I think for myself, it just gives inspiration to people that are struggling. Like, fuck, if he can do it, maybe I can too when it's really hard and stuff, you know?
No, absolutely. Yeah, I agree 100%.
I like that shit. Let's talk about your dad a little bit. Your dad's quite a character.
Oh yeah.
What he's been a real big supporter. I mean, you've gotten him involved with some of the stuff too, right?
I have, yeah. I'm stoked that he was down to be involved, you know.
Did he kind of work as your agent a little bit, or like what was his role? What's his role been in your life as an adult?
He's tried to be. He's still like all the time when he has ideas, bro, and it's pretty funny. Like, so here's a cool, funny example. Like the other day, he actually hit me up, and he was talking to me about the orthodontist that I used to go to. The guy's name is Tenbrook, and because he drives Lyft for a living, you know what I mean? So he's always driving all over the place. And I guess the other day, he had seen a billboard for the orthodontist that I go to. So he calls me up on the phone, and he's like, "Hey, Nick," like, he's like, well, let me do his voice. He's like, "Hey, Nick." He's like, "Listen," he's like, "I'm driving by the Black Horse Pike right now." He's like, "And I seen a Tenbrook billboard." He's like, "You think it'd be a good idea if we called him and they you on one of his billboards?" He's like, "You're in a Jackass movie now, Nick." He's like, "I'm pretty sure that they would want to use you on your billboard." And I'm just sitting there like, set it up, bro.
Wow, that's good though.
Yeah, no, I love my dad, man. He's the best. He's always trying to support me in whatever ways he can. But it's just funny, man. It's crazy. Like some of the ideas that he comes out with. My cousin always told me, he's like, yeah, he's still looking for that big payout. Like he's trying to like.
Hey, we all are. It's fucking. What's one of your best Burn Dog memories? You travel a lot with Burnett?
Oh yeah. Burn Dog, man, that guy's the best. I'm trying to think of one of the best memories. Oh, it was actually on King of the Road. So there was this day where we had the pizza when we met up with the pizza team, and one of the challenges for the day was you could only eat pizza the whole day, right? So we get there, we're starting to bang out challenges, and my dumbass forgets that we're only supposed to eat pizza. So I went into the van and I grabbed a banana. On it, I took a bite, and Don looks at me and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "What? What do you mean?" He's just like, "We're only supposed to eat pizza, you moron." And I like threw this banana, like really. They had already got it on film. Like one of the Viceland dudes like caught me on camera eating this banana. So I'm like, shit. So basically, like I was caught. Burnett was there. He saw it and he was like, "I'll tell you what," because like if we messed that up, it was like 1,000 points we would have lost for the day. It was a lot of points, bro. So Burnett was like, "I'll tell you what." He's like, "If you throw it up right now, I'll disqualify that, or like I'll like, you know, you'll the 1,000 points will still be valid. Like you'll be good." So I'm like, word, and I just stuck my finger down my throat and. But that was a rad Burnett moment right there. Like I was super hyped because I thought I was going to cost the team. Like we would have lost. I mean, we lost anyways, but that would have been like the nail in the coffin where we would have just known we were going to lose. You can't lose 1,000 points or else. I don't know. We still you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, we're done.
Were you in the van when Tim Cicilline forgot to put the gas cap on the generator?
I don't think so.
I guess the generator got put back in the van without the thing, and the gas spilled all over everyone.
It spilled all over Mike's entire bag. I remember he had like a stack of Volcom jeans. He threw in the trash. I watched him throw them in the trash. He's just like, "Throwing my jeans in the trash, Nick." And I'm like, why? Because there's damn gasoline all over it.
Oh my God. I heard about that one. I was like, ooh, Tim, come on, bro.
Oh, that was the worst thing I'd ever seen in my whole life.
What's up with this new squad? You got a new board sponsor? What's your deal right now?
Yeah, so I ride for this company called Siren Skateboards. My buddy Jonathan and Darren are the guys that run the show, and it's a Christian skateboarding company, and it's rad.
Where?
Love it. The warehouse is in California. I think it's like in Orange County somewhere. But then Darren runs things from Oklahoma.
I don't even know if that's a word.
He's basically just like the financial, like he handles like all the financial stuff, and then like decides who's going to ride for the team and stuff like that, you know?
And you guys got a team?
We do.
How many? What's anybody I would be familiar with?
I don't know if it's anybody you'd be familiar with. There's one pro as far from what I remember, and then all the other people are AMs, and then I'm a pro for them. But I can't remember the dude's name right now.
Oh, this is the guy we're looking for.
So is this like, what's the deal with is it heavily religious, or is that the theme? Like, are you guys going to churches and stuff and doing demos for what's the purpose?
So yeah, that's basically like, I wouldn't say it's religious. I would just say that it's like a company who honors Christ and who loves Jesus, you know, and we do lots of like skate missions where we like, you know, it's a part of this thing called Malchus Skate Ministry, where we'll like travel and preach the gospel, you know, and try to share it with people. And I love it.
You just influenced somebody.
Has that been a part of your life for like your entire life, or is that something new? Like, did you find Jesus with sobriety, or like, how did this all come about?
So, yes. And it was basically, so I grew up as a Christian. I just was never really walking with Christ until like a few years ago. And it's something that like, you know, I knew that like I wanted to just go like full throttle at, you know what I mean? And kind of just, I wanted to do with my life. So I love to like, I just love to share with people, you know what I mean, in general. And I thought it was just an awesome opportunity to do it with Siren Skateboards because they already have a skate ministry. And yeah, so I guess it happened. I got saved in the beginning of quarantine, which was like 2019. And, from there, I just was, you know, trying to walk with the Lord, man, as much as I could. I wanted to be obedient and just kind of just give my life to Christ. And yeah, I think a lot of things happened in my life that made me want to do so. One of them was, you know, getting sober. And then, you know, I had lots of, you know, things in my life where like I was just like messing up all the time, bro. Like, you know, because I grew up as a Christian, but I never really walked with Christ. So there was lots of times in my life where I just was not obedient with the Lord. And this was like an opportunity for me to walk with Christ, like obediently, and just kind of like share with others as Christ, you know, did. I know it's where I wanted to go with my life, man. I wanted to just do something that was different.
Okay. Was this like, how did foundation end in this? Was there bitterness, or was it mutual?
No. I think this is kind of like, so you can't skate forever, man. We obviously know that like, you're not going to be able to skate forever. I left on really good terms. I just, I didn't really want the responsibility of being a pro, like for like a company anymore. You know what I mean? And I kind of wanted to do it to where I was just more so in skate ministry. And I had that opportunity with Siren to where I could just kind of be like a skate minister. You know what I mean? And yeah, there was no bitterness at all. I love all the guys at Foundation. We're still bros, still talk to a lot of the dudes all the time. So.
Oh, rad.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, I mean, you just came out with like a pretty substantial interview in the mag.
Yeah.
And I think Stoling told me he's putting together a part with you.
He is. Yeah. I still need to get a couple more clips. Like I want to get like a couple lines, or like, I just need to fill out the timeline a little more. So
we still got that Valparaiso set if you want to come and switch ollie it.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at it?
Nah, you got to send me pictures of it.
I will. Yeah, I think you could do it. It's gnarly. It's no joke.
Yeah.
But have you looked at the San Jose double set too? The one Descenso kickflip?
Oh yeah, the My War.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's gnarly.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. He did that.
I know. It was
So
fucking
good.
yeah, that was super heavy. Well, what so is that in the immediate future is kind of finishing up that video part?
Yeah, that's as like as soon as I can get the clips and send them to Dan.
Is it it's pretty close to being done?
It's pretty much done. I just gotta I gotta fill out like a couple more like seconds on the timeline, you know? Because he said he could put it out now, but it's a short part, and I would like to make it just a little longer to where, like, if I could add like a minute or like 30 seconds, even, I'd be stoked, you know?
Okay, so maybe like a little line or something.
Yeah, maybe a couple fillers or something, because I have my banger already, you know?
Oh, perfect. That's once you get that, it's just like gravy.
Yeah.
If we made a choose your own adventure book, what chapter in your life do you go back and change? Or is there no regrets?
No regrets.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy that I think that everything happens for a reason, and I don't believe in coincidences. You know, I think that I am where I am in life for a reason, and God put me here for a reason, you know?
What's the most scared you've ever been?
Most scared I've ever been?
Yeah.
Been scared a lot of times. Oh, you know what? Probably. So I went out surfing. I want to say this was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. And I was out on a day where it was probably like almost triple overhead for me. I went on a really big day. I got caught in a channel of waves where like I got pounded on for probably like 15 minutes. And I thought I was going to drown to death. Like I was like literally making my peace, like with my maker, like, oh man, this might be it.
Surfing will do that. Yep.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever been that scared in my life because I literally thought I was going to die.
Oh, shit. I've had not as gnarly as that, but I know what you're talking about. I've been in the ocean and I've been fucking terrified.
Yeah. Very scary.
Without thinking too hard about it, what comes to mind when you think about your entire career, favorite skate photo yourself?
Ooh, you know, probably the frontside flip that I just did recently. The frontside flip photo
in the mag.
Yeah, either that one or my first ad that I ever had was a Destructo ad, and I was doing this. I front feebled like this 14 stair rail that was in Pennsylvania somewhere. I don't even know where it is. My friend took me there.
But was it a Destructo ad?
Destructo ad, yeah.
Okay. And then what about your favorite video clip?
My favorite video was probably my favorite video is the end, the birdhouse video. I loved Andrew Reynolds' part in that. And I loved just his opening, like his opening where he frontside, was that in the end? Where he frontside flips over that like 14 stair rail? I think it's that. It's either that or he fakey Caballeros over like I think he fakey Caballeros over this 12 stair rail. But either that or like something from that video. That's my favorite video, you know? I don't know. It's like hard to like put like my finger on one clip because there's just so many good ones, you know?
Yeah. No, I know. I was watching Video Days this morning. Somebody had made a reference to a single trick that Mark had done in his Blind Video Days part. So I was watching the part and I just instantly started smiling, going like, this is skateboarding. Duh. Like it's still like the best just to watch Mark just having fun and enjoying like and doing like some crazy shit. He's no slouch, but like the way he does it and it just breeds like fun, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what skateboarding should be. Like if you're not having fun, I don't get it. I don't get like the whole other side of it.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. And it's also just sick when dudes could make it look that easy. Like that's what blew me away about certain skateboarders in my life that I looked up to. I was just like, man, how is this guy able to do this trick on this spot, but make it look so magical? Like it's where it's just like, it's effortless, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's fucking cool. I remember seeing him the very first time I saw Mark in person. It was like Okay, duh. It's just so obvious. Like,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
okay, I get it. If you look back, like at the whole, since you started getting sponsored and everything, like early on, probably, who gave you like some advice or helped you the most significantly to like kind of like get on the path that you've taken?
So to get me on the path that I've taken, man, I've gotten a lot of good advice from a lot of good people. It's kind of, Mike Sinclair was definitely one of them who's helped me in certain areas. And then, a lot of my friends have helped me, man, over the years. But the one who's helped me the most is Jesus Christ, bro. Made me who I am today, which is great,
All right. Well, what's the future hold for you? What are some goals that you're looking at? Like, are you and the wife, like, you gotta trying to buy a house? Like, what are you trying to work on for the future?
But that's the next goal for sure. We're actually we're looking into that right now, into buying a house, which is really cool and exciting because it's going to be my first home that I'm going to buy.
SoCal?
We're not sure yet. We were looking at houses like in a couple different areas, but I think that the move might actually be back to the East Coast.
Oh, where's she from?
She grew up in Camarillo, California her whole life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Has she been to the East Coast? Because the weather's a little different out there.
I've taken her.
Okay.
She doesn't mind. So I grew up around all the seasons, I'm used to it. And she actually likes cold weather. She likes snow. She likes, she goes snowboarding a bunch. So she's into cold weather and it doesn't bother her.
Okay.
And it's something I think we could do,
Well, besides skateboarding and religion, is there any other, like, are you a fisherman? Is there any fun things you do on the side that you like to do? Or you dabble with music or any of that stuff?
So I do. I actually, I like to play the drums. I've played the drums for a long time in my life. And
no way, I didn't know.
I love playing drums. Yeah.
So good.
The best feeling,
it's
bro.
Such a great way. It's like going to the gym, but fun.
Yeah.
Like you get it out.
You can take out all your frustrations and hostilities on it, and just like, there's nothing like music's the best, man. I love music in general. Who doesn't, right? But that, and then I would say painting has been really like a very therapeutic, just wonderful thing for me in the past couple of years.
Oh, cool.
Now, I've actually been able to sustain myself with making money through art, which has been really cool.
No way. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, good. Oh, man, that's great.
Thanks.
And then we always end the show with a song request. So you got something?
Yeah, man. Dinosaur Jr. Just Like Heaven by Dinosaur Jr.
That's a cover of a Cure song. Yeah. Are you a Dinosaur fan?
Absolutely.
Did you see the little documentary that just came out?
No, I haven't.
Dude, check it. It's good.
Is it Netflix?
No, I forget. It might be, I'm not sure. It might be Apple or something, but maybe Google it and find out. It just came out like probably last month. Yeah, it's sick. It's like, Lou and Jay would like fight each other and then they broke up and then they got back together. It's kind of like their whole story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've seen Dinosaur a lot, man. I love them. They're so good.
That's sick, man. Yeah, I'll have to check that out for sure.
Well, dude, thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, bro.
And if you ever come out this way, I got some spots for you, I'll send you some photos.
Yeah, you know what, man?
Try to hype it up.
I'm going to be in Reading next month. So who knows? Maybe I could like take a little cruise down to where you're at. And
I think that's like three, maybe 4 hours. I forget how far it is. Yeah, 3 hour drive, I think.
Who knows, man? Yeah, that'd be sick. I love the Bay Area. It's so sick. It reminds me of the East Coast a lot. It's sick up there.
Yeah, well, do some house shopping everywhere you go. You got to look at the paper, see what the cost of living is there, and figure it out. Because once you make that purchase, you're in it to win it.
No, for sure, man. I feel you on that.
Well, yeah, Nick. I wish you the best, man, and good to see you. Hopefully, we'll see each other in real life. I I've been kind of isolated for the last 2 years. I don't see that many people. I can't wait till I can embrace people and do it in real, together.
You're not alone there, brother. I feel like we've all been isolated the past couple of years with how the world's going, so you're not alone, man. I feel your pain there, and I would love to see you soon, dude. That'd be sick. And thanks for having me today, bro. I really appreciate this.
Fuck yeah. All right. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, Schmitty.
Cheers.
Thanks, bro.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talking Schmit. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. When you subscribe, you'll get notifications every Tuesday of new episodes the minute they become available. Also, please leave reviews and a 5-star rating. It's the best way to help the show grow. All of the episodes will always remain free, but if you would like to help support the show, you can do so at talkingschmit.com, where you can pick up some merchandise like t-shirts, beanies, hats, and stickers. The website has an entire archive of all of the episodes, with extra photos and videos. Email us with any suggestions, comments, or ways that the show may have improved your life at talkingschmit@gmail.com. All interviews are conducted, edited, and produced by Schmitty. The intro music is Mary's Cross by the band Nature. A very special shout out goes to the executive director, Sharal Camisa.
Shout out.
Love it! This is Talking Schmit, where the Rolodex is deep, but the conversation is deeper.
Keep the wheels greased.